Anyways,
I enjoy the pretty lights.
Okay. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do.
Hello, my name is Jesse Bolton. I'm from Seattle, Washington. What else do you need from me?
we'll be able to use that. Don't worry. Carry on.
Yeah. How do you rank the top mixed teams going into nationals? No Seattle bias.
No Seattle bias? Well,
Extreme Seattle bias.
it's not a Seattle bias if we're just better than them.
Come on! Let's go!
Alright, so you want just like numbers?
Let me get the top 8.
Top 8, in order: BFG, Mixtape, Space Heater, Amp, Dragon Thrust, Shame, Hybrid, Slow White.
You gotta give me justification again. That was so interesting earlier.
Alright, BFG, I have individual write-ups for each team. BFG has only lost to 2 teams, Shame at altitude by 2, and Mixtape. They lost to, they lost to Shame by 3, and then they lost to us 3 times. And we were the presumed number 1 seed at the end of the season, and then they beat us twice at sectionals and at regionals. So as the 4 overall seed, beating the 1 twice late in the season, that should boost you to 1.
And we blame Sorta, right?
We don't blame, we kind of blame Sorta, because it would have been helpful to actually play a semis final game. Sorta. Mixtape is 2 because both we were 1, Space Heater was 2. We both lost our region. BFG was ranked higher than Amp. So there's not much leapfrog going on there. So we drop down to 2. Space Heater drops to 3. Having beat Amp in every other matchup except for the last one. Amp jumps up to 4 with the regional win because they just beat the top 2 team in the country. Dragon Thrust had a very they have a 2-point loss to Space and a 1-point victory over Amp to show that they're like up there, but they also have a 5-point loss to Toro this season, who didn't make nationals. So it drops them down to the 5 seed. It was early, but there wasn't much season, so
No bacon, no strings.
all you can use is data points you have. Shame has altitude wins over both Mixtape and BFG, but have 2 losses to non-national qualifying teams. Drops them down to 6 for me. Like, they have a loss to Public Enemy, who we beat 13 to 5. And they also lost to some team called Impact. I don't even know what. Let's see. Hybrid had a very weak strength of schedule. Hybrid's out of Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Ann Arbor. Sorry.
It's a bunch of the old High Five dudes.
Oh, and this High Five no longer exists.
Yeah, and High Five no longer exists, and the people who don't want to commute to play for Machine joined this hybrid team, and they haven't really played anyone good all season, but they only have 1 loss on the season. And it's to let's see, hybrid has a loss to Shine.
Let's go Shine.
But the fact that Hybrid going into regionals wasn't expected to even make it out of their region as the 1 seed puts them at the 7, because they should have been a respected 1 seed. Like, U54 was a good team on paper. Cleveland Crocs had a good season all season. The Cleveland Crocs.
Oh, damn.
They had a good season. Also, but the team they ended up beating in the regional final was the Columbus Cocktails, who was neither of those teams. Ultiworld was like, there should be 2 bids in the Great Lakes, because Cleveland Crocs and both Cleveland Crocs and U54 deserve to go.
Okay.
And neither of them made the game go.
Yeah.
supposed to look at that camera.
It's awesome. Here, I'll just put some
You're
pizza in
doing
front of you too. Just
fantastic.
because.
And number 8 goes to Slow White. This took me the longest. They had a not consistent season with losses to Space, Amp, and Dragon Thrust. They are 3-1 against Sprocket, who has some good wins. They won their region. Falls down in 8.
You sounded Love to see
You
it.
do your research.
I do my research.
He's a fan.
If I'm going to take the day off of work and USAU asks for my input, I'm going to give them an objective.
Is that like a national holiday when USAU asks for seating input? You just day off.
No, but it's first time being captain, and I was flying down here anyway, so.
I have time today.
I was gonna say, yeah, free.
Jesse, what are all the sports that you've played
All the sports that I've played.
from childhood?
From childhood. So basketball was my true love. I really wanted to be an NBA player. Really wanted to get into basketball and be a professional. I was pretty good at basketball. I started playing when I was like 4.
What position?
It varied. Because
What was your favorite?
what was my favorite position? My favorite position was being the stretch center on my middle school team, where I grew 7 inches from 6th to 7th grade, and they were like, what? And then I got coordinated the year afterwards, and I was like, well, I was a guard when I was 5'2", and now I'm 5'10", and I can handle the rock, and y'all are all 8th graders. So they're like, oh, you're going to be the center, and I'm like doing post moves, up and unders, and then they're like, oh, okay, we'll just give him space, and then I'm just whopping threes. It was a good old time. And then I got to high school, and they were like, you're a guard, because 5'10" is not very tall. And I'm like, well, you know, I've got size 12 feet, you know, I could get taller. I could get a growth spurt. Never got any taller. Stayed at this height, became a shooting guard. I was a 3-and-D player. I played good defense. I hit a lot of threes.
Respect the hell out of that.
And then,
My shot.
but I went to a bad high school for basketball. We were awful. I think we won.
You were good.
I was not good.
Oh.
I was like, I had potential my freshman year. But then after that, no. And we won 5 games in 4 years?
Maybe.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was not good.
That is
It was not good.
Doing layup lines for a game you're gonna lose.
Layup
Layup
Yeah.
lines. Shut the hell up, coach.
Shut up, coach.
Go on your court.
line.
Like, they have a kid who's already got a D2 scholarship. Like, that kid's gonna drop 70 on us.
Exactly.
What games did you win? What types of teams do you remember? Any of your
Oh,
wins?
yeah, there's this other bad school in Seattle, Bush School, who we would
used to love
beat
them.
up on. Oh, that was
Love them.
always the
We're playing
head-to-head.
Bush next week.
Oh.
We are. Let's go.
Everyone step up. We gotta practice hard.
Jesse's dropping 22.
Just shooting threes and playing defense.
22 again.
Like 60% of our basketball team were like varsity frisbee players also. So it was just like, we had chemistry from frisbee, but no one was really a basketball player. Cleve was laying out on the hardwood.
Three,
Lockdown.
baby. 3.
Cleve could shoot at one point, but then senior year came along. He made his first 3 of the year.
Don't make this about me. We're
Yeah, I
talking
know.
about you.
I was gonna say, it brings us back to the question. What are all the sports you played since childhood? So
All right, fine.
I
basketball.
was close. I was
Don't even finish this. All right. I played basketball, but football was really big in my family. So, and I was really against it. I didn't want to play football when I was younger. And by the time like 4th grade came around, I was like, fine, you know what? I'll give it a chance. So 5th grade came around, and I like played a year of football. And I was a little chubby kid. I was little rocket, 5'2", 180. And little rocket. And they made me an offensive lineman. And I would get in trouble at practice from my other teammates because I would beat everyone when they would be like, take a lap, because we would like mess up. I'd be like, all right, we got to take a lap. And I'd just try and get it over with as soon as possible. And I'd beat all the kids. And they'd be like, running backs. You got beat by an offensive lineman. Everyone take another lap. And I'm like, what? And they're like, look at you. You can use another lap. And I'm like, well, you're not wrong, but I'm going to grow into it. So I started my first year playing football, 5th grade. By the second to last game of the season, I took the starting position at left guard. We won the championship, 13-0. Came back next year. Then we went 11-2, and we just could not beat the CD Panthers. They had this quarterback who just 6-foot Marquise. Back in the 6th grade? I got past the line 8 times. I got stiff-armed 8 times straight to the face. It was tough. My grandma was like, you were there to make the tackle, and then you didn't make the tackle. And I was like, Grandma, I tried. So then I was done with football. I mean, I had enough of the culture. I had picked up Frisbee in 6th grade. And the season was in fall that overlapped with football. So by the time 7th grade came up, it was like, you got to make a choice. You're going to play football, you're going to stick with Frisbee. And I was like, well, my friends play Frisbee, and a lot of assholes play football. So...
Alright, what do you feel about the mini scene up in Seattle?
The mini scene is out of control up in Seattle. I enjoy mini, but we've gotten to a point where you can't even call it mini. You have to get to the end of the word. It's chur. It's miniature. It's chur. It's just...
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Smaller than small. They play 2-on-2.
Oh,
2-on-2. So after you throw it, you're the receiver. There's no one else to throw it to. And they don't even have to go... The field's so small, they can stall
From anywhere.
while guarding you cutting.
Throw fake downfield to no.
And there are negatives. And they're like, oh yeah, let's play a best of 37. I'm like, no! That is not what I want to do. The mini scene has gotten out of control. I'd rather go play Golty. And I hate Golty.
Tell me why your partner is invited to the cookout.
Why is my partner invited to the cookout? Because my grandma specifically requests her mac and cheese.
Let's go! Her mac and cheese is fire.
If my grandma can take a back seat and not make her own mac and cheese and be like, someone else can do it.
His partner's mac and cheese is
That's huge. That's bigger than the dad. You should leave with that. You should definitely leave with that. Jesse, if you could live anywhere outside Seattle, where would you live?
Anywhere outside of Seattle. Anywhere. New Zealand seems to be doing things well right now.
What's a hobby you have that we don't know about?
Besides that, I'm probably the best Candy Crush player you've ever known.
That's not a hobby.
confirmed. It is a hobby.
It is for some.
You do it in your free time.
I do it in my free time. I'll check what level I'm on. It's silly.
Good game
I'm on level 8,588.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who of all your friends is DJing your wedding?
Who of all my friends is DJing my wedding? I think the person who would accurately capture the seriousness to ratchet ratio would be Dominic Cavallero.
Shout out.
Shout out Damo. That's my guy. He'd be like, ooh, that was a little ratchet. Let's calm it down. Let's calm it down.
How do you apply soap to your body in the shower?
With my hands. So, what?
Go ahead.
There's a bar of soap. I will get soap on one hand, rub my hands together, and then wipe my body down. If it is gel, I will squeeze,
Okay.
wipe me down.
Well, says if it's gel.
I think we're done. I think we're done, but we have to clap. We have to clap.
Is it close? That was weird.
I'm an open book. I'm here all week.
No, I'm still.